bridge.
And so how was this experience for you, John?
Oh, for me it was great. I had lost a tooth when I was younger, and they had put a bridge there, and then it lasted for about 10 years or so, and then it went bad, and they had to extract 2 of my other teeth that were supported by the bridge. So then,
is that you right there? Because you pretty much have very straight, beautiful teeth.
Yeah. That's,
And he was missing those 3 teeth. And
right in the front, huh?
Right in the front. And so then they put a partial in, and I didn't like the way that felt. And it also, it distorted my speech. I'm a teacher at a high school, so every time I would talk, I would slur my S's, and it just distorted how I would speak. So I started looking around for someone to put implants in, and the dentist that I had at the time, he didn't do it, so he referred me out. And luckily, my wife was at an in-service, and Dr. Fay was there, and he spoke there, so she told me, why don't you go talk to Dr. Fay? So I went to Dr. Fay's office, and he really impressed me because I teach a lot of engineering and 3D drafting and graphic classes, and he had all the 3D modeling. He showed me on his computer how it would work, and so then he just set it up, and I went in and got it done, and I'm in love with it.
Really?
Yeah, it's great.
How has it changed your life?
Well, before I would always mess with my partial. I would always be touching it. It was always there, a constant reminder, and now I don't even notice it. I don't feel it. It's just like my regular teeth.
What was the process like? Was it painful? A lot of people think, oh, it's going to be too painful.
Truthfully, the only part that had any discomfort was I had to get a bone graft done because my tooth that I originally lost was over 15 years ago. So they did a bone graft.
Is that it right there, Dr. Fay?
yes, that's when right after we placed the implants actually for him and the bone grafting at the same time. So we did place the implants, and then the abutments that go on top of it and the teeth, essentially.
Okay. And then, John, what happened after that?
Oh, after the bone graft, I let it heal for about 2 months, and then I went in and they did a mock-up of it, so I got to see what it looked like, what it was going to look like, and then basically they put them in, and since then they've been fine. I haven't had a problem with them.
Were you afraid they were not going to look natural?
No, because before I did any of that, Dr. Fay showed me what they were going to look like. We actually did a couple of mock-ups before, and I chose what color. I basically chose everything.
No kidding?
Yeah, through the whole process, he let me choose what I was going to get, how I was going to have it look, and then...
you know what, that's pretty amazing because they look very natural, at least from here.
Right before we came, a buddy of mine called me and he said, what are you doing? And I told him what we were doing, and he's like, well, I didn't know you had that done. I go, well, that's the point.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't tell anybody, so nobody knew that I had it done except for my wife.
Yeah.
So everybody was like, oh.
And you can eat okay, speak okay, everything's good to go.
I have no problems. I eat whatever I want. Before I would have to take my partial out, but now I don't do that.
This is great to have John come in, Dr. Fay, because as I was saying during the break, I believe that a lot of people are under the misconception